Hi friends, in this tutorial we will see how to install Git in our local workstation, and we will see in both in Mac and Windows, and then we will create a local repository and we will see how to push code from the local repository to our remote repository which is in GitHub. And in that we will also see some useful Git commands like git add, git commit, git push, git status. Okay, so let's start it. So the first thing is installation. In the Mac workstation, you can easily install using brew. Brew is a package manager. If the brew is installed, using the brew you can install any of the package. It's very easy. And if you don't want to install using the brew, you can directly download Git from the website, Git SCM website. Okay, and similar way, if you want to install in the Windows operating system, you have to go through this link. Let me just open this link here. You can see, and you can come over here. That's the Git official website, and you can go over here, Git link, and 64-bit Windows operating system, just download it and install it as usual. Okay, and for Mac also, if you don't want to install using brew, you can go over here and you can download the file for the Mac. Okay, and here also they have shown like how you can do it using the brew. So we will here try to install using brew in our workstation. Okay, so this is the brew homepage. You can just go to brew, just you can put here brew installation Mac, and you can see the home brew website. Just open this website, copy this command and open your terminal. Let me just make it resize it so we can see these commands too, and let me put it my terminal. Okay, so for installation of the brew, just paste the command over here, give the password. Okay, so it may take a few minutes, maybe 30 seconds or 1 minute, and it will install. See, it has already installed the brew, and if you see if it is installed, you can just check the version of the brew, and it is installed. Okay, now since brew is installed in your local workstation, you can, using the brew, you can install Git. Okay, so Git is installed. If you want to see the Git version, you can see it here. Okay, so I can see here Git version Apple. Okay, so till now it's fine. And similar way, if you are installing in a Windows operating system, you can just download the package from the website which I have showed you, and I have also given the link over here, and download and install. And remember, whenever the subsequent command which I am showing you over here, the commands are same in both Windows and Mac. The only difference is in the Windows workstation, you have to run the command from the git bash, not from the command prompt. Okay, now the next step is you have installed Git, but you want to do some sort of a configuration to set up the Git. Okay, so that you should be able to create a local repository, and you should also be able to push the code from your local repository to the remote repository. Okay, so for that, I'm trying to push the code in the GitHub. So if you see here, this is the GitHub a remote repository. I think you will all be aware about that. Here I have shown you the steps how to use the GitHub. The similar step you can perform if you are using the GitLab or any other cloud-based code repository. Okay, so the first thing is, if you don't have any GitHub account, you can just go to GitHub website and sign out. Okay, so you can just click on the sign up and create an account over here, and once your account is created, you have the GitHub account. Okay, now there are a few commands which we have to execute to set up the Git, this GitHub to set up the Git in your local. So what is first is a git config and global user.email. So this is your email which you want to give. So let me just quickly and this is the email I have used when I created my GitHub account. Done. Git config -- global user.name. So when I logged in my GitHub account, I gave a username and this is the same username. And all these steps will be same whether you are working in Mac or in Windows. Okay, so it is done. Now what we have to do, the next step is SSH setup. So let's first understand what is SSH. Using the SSH, you can push your file. It's a protocol. Using the SSH, you can push the file from your local workstation to from your local machine to the GitHub account. Like, okay, and for that, what we need to do, we have to first generate the SSH key. Okay, so if you have already SSH key in your account, you can get that, you can copy, and I will show you the step how you can configure. And if it is not, you can create the SSH key. So this is the command to see whether you have any SSH key in your system or not. So okay, so I don't have any SSH key, so I can create a new SSH key here. So you can just copy and paste like this. Okay, so let me just make it big. Okay. Okay, so it says generating public private key. You can just enter. There's no need to give a password, just enter. Same, enter, and your SSH key is generated. Okay, and if you want to see the SSH key, you can just use this command. So your SSH key gets generated under the SSH folder. I will show you here also. So if you see here, cat command, and you can see this is our SSH key. You can copy and paste SSH key from here, and if you see this where it is generated, you have to go to your home directory, and under the home directory, if you see your hidden folder, and in the hidden folder you can see .ssh folder is created, and this is the public key and private key SSH key. Okay, so there are various ways you can copy. You can copy from here, or you can just directly open this file and you can copy from here too. You can just open this file and you can copy. I can just open it maybe from the text edit. Okay, you can copy, it's the same key. And I have also given a command, and using this command you can directly copy to your clipboard. Okay, so it's already copied, and then that's the step is, so this is my SSH key, the public key. So this SSH key I have to tell to the GitHub so that GitHub can trust this computer. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to come to your GitHub account, go to settings. In the settings you can see the SSH and GPG keys. So I have couple of workstations, so I have the keys from there. So this is the new one, so the new SSH key, and I can just write here Mohit MacBook Pro M1, and you can copy it here and add SSH key. Okay, so now SSH key is added, and now the GitHub can trust this computer. Okay, so if do you want to test it, we can easily test. If in your GitHub account, if you have any repository, we will try to clone that repository in our local system. Okay, so let me go to my here, and I have a couple of repositories here. So let me do this test repository. It's a simple repo, and we will execute the git clone command. So what git clone command will do? Git clone command will clone the repository which is there in the GitHub to my local. Okay, so let me go to here in the Panda, and I'm in the download folder. So from here I can go to my downloads folder, and I'm in the downloads folder here. And what I want to do, I want to check whether my system is connected to the GitHub account or not. So for that I will use the git clone command, and just simple. Okay, are you sure you want to continue? Yes. And you should be able to see. Okay, so the git clone is working and my system is connected to the GitHub and I can clone it. Okay, now the next thing we want to, I just deleted it, we want to see how to create a local repository in my system and how to push the changes to the GitHub. Okay, so there are a couple of commands are there. I have git commands which if you are working in Git you should be aware about that. Okay, so let's go over here and let me create a repository. Okay, so let me create a folder mkdir, and I'm just giving the name of the folder is sample repo. Okay, go inside the folder. Okay, and you can see the folder should be empty, and here you should be able to see the folder. Okay, now the first step is when you create any local repo, the first step is you have to initialize the repo as a git repository. Okay, then only you can use the git commands. So how to do that? Git init. Okay, what this command will do, it will initialize your folder as a git repository. Git init. Okay, so it has already initialized, and once it is initialized, you will see if you go inside this folder, and if you see the hidden files, you should see one .git folder is getting created. What this folder does, if you know little bit SCM concepts, what it will do, it will basically track what are the files you are committing, what are the files you are adding, how many commit points it is ahead, how many commit points it is. So all the version control will be there in this .git folder. Okay, so it is just for the information. And now in my repo I want to create some files. Okay, so let me create some files. You can just create a file from here, just right click and create a file, multiple files. So here I am just creating some multiple files like test.1 Python file, then maybe sample react.1 JS file, then maybe one Java file. You means, so in my repo I have like multiple files. Okay, okay, so now this is my repo, and this repo is a git initialized. Now the first thing what we have to do, we have to add these files to our local repository. Okay, and there is a one command which I wanted to tell you. That command is git status command. Okay, so the git status command will basically check, okay, what is the status of the file in those repository. Okay, so here you can see it says these files are untracked, and if you want to put them in your local repository, you have to use the git add command. Okay, so git add command is used to add the files into your local repository. Okay, if you use -a, what it will do, how many files you have, like I have 4 files, all the files it will add in my local repo. So now you can see here, just put git status, and you can see earlier it was red, now it is green. So what it says your files are there in your repo, but those files are not yet committed. Okay, so these are the different stages. The first stage is you have to add the file. The second stage is you have to commit the file. Okay, so now I will just commit the file in my local repo, and let me put here some comment. You can put it here, and pushing files to repo. Okay, now if you see, you should be able to see Git status. It says nothing to commit, and your repo is already committed. Okay, now the next step is what I want it here. This repo I want to push to my GitHub account. Okay, this is my GitHub account. So what I need to do first, I can come to my account and I have to create a repo here. Okay, so you can come over here and get the same name which we have created, sample repo. Okay, it is available. I'm making as a public as of now, but if you want, you can make it as a private too and create repository. Okay, now what I want to do here, so this is my local repo, and what I wanted here, I want to connect this local repo to my GitHub repo. Okay, so somehow I have to tell, okay, this local repo is connected to this GitHub repo. So there is a command for that, and I have mentioned this command here, and that command is called git remote add origin. Okay, so let's come over here, git remote add origin, and then I have to location of the remote repository. This location you can get it from here. If you go to your repo, and in the repo, this is the repo path. Just copy this path from here, and you can just paste it here, and okay, so your local repo is connected to the remote repository in GitHub. If you want to verify it, you can just use the other command, git remote -v. So you can see here, you can see it says the origin is this path. Okay, so now again your local repo is connected to the remote repository in the GitHub. Okay, now you want to push the changes. Okay, so you can use this command to push the changes from your local repo to the remote repo. Okay, git push -u origin master. Master is the name of the branch. Okay, so okay, it says src master does not match any. Okay, okay, so why? Because when it has created the branch, it has created the main branch. Okay, if you see over here, when it has initialized, you can see here on branch main. Okay, so and here I have given the branch master, so it says it cannot push it. Okay, and here also, now if you see here, you can see all those files came over here. And now if you want to do git status, and all the files are up to date. Okay, so this is the way. It's a very simple process, very easy. Just remember these three commands: git add, git commit, and git push. Okay, so let's do one thing. I am already there in my repo, and I suppose I'm working and I want to add few more file. Okay, so let me add few more file like test12.py, and maybe one more file, maybe something like city.csc. Okay, these two files I have added, and if you see here, these two files have got added. And if you see, check the status using the git status command, you can see these two files are untracked. So the first step which I told you, you have to use the git add command, git add -hey. Then these files must be added in your local repo. You can see the status as green. Then next git commit command, and just give some comments. Okay, added, again do the git status, and it's already committed. And now since your branch, your local repo is already connected to the GitHub repo, you can just directly do the git push. You don't need to put -u origin main. Okay, that's the first time when you are basically telling which branch you want to push your changes. Okay, so now you just did git push, and these two files would have been, you can see here, cd.csv and test12.py. Okay, so this is the way you can install Git in your local machine, and you can configure using SSH, and you can use the git add, commit and push command. So yeah, that's it. And if you like our video, you can subscribe our channel, and if you need any training requirement, you can always reach out to us in this phone number. Thank you.